Ooh, we're live, you guys. It's been a while. Sorry about my background. Let me just make sure we can hear me. And there's an echo. Shit. 1 second. I know the issue. I swear. Would be this camera. And... okay, I lied. I don't know what the issue is. One sec. Okay, there's camera 1. See if that helped. You can hear me, and there's an echo. Shit. Did it help? You can hear me, and there's an echo. Fungula Zorta. 1 second again. Alright. Back up here. Desk camera. See, everything is all cattywampus because my setup got all moved and shit. I don't know what the issue is, actually. Hi, Cat Goddess. I know there's an echo, bear with me. I'm trying to figure it out. Let me know if it fixes itself. Okay. Audio device. How about now? Did that help it? How about now? Did that help it? I think it did. I think it did. So the echo's gone, guys, hopefully. The only way I can tell is if I play it on my phone back to me, but then that creates an echo in of itself. And my headphones are plugged in, so it doesn't, so it's not weird. See? That's not weird. It still sounds echoey, I think. Grr, my guys. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to think what else it could be. In my, okay, echo is gone on your end, Joyce. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, yeah, okay. Welcome, Stace. Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, Cat Goddess. I know it's been a while since I last did a live stream. As you can see, my surroundings are different. If you're a member, I did explain a lot of what happened. So, hopefully, for those who watched it, I mean, I don't have that many members comparatively to the subscribers I have, so I mean, it is what it is. But you know what? I figured today we just chill out, maybe do some readings. I don't know what you guys feel like doing. My ears are itchy. It's an awkward setup. Cool. Thank you, Cat Goddess. I was worried with the echo and all my stuff not being... Because I had to replace two of my webcams because in the move they took a shit. I had to replace my microphone. I had to do a lot of stuff. And there's some things that I couldn't bring back with me. So, guys, if you want a reading, let me know. I'll start marking people down. Oh yeah, if you want to order yourself your own Oracle deck, I still have a bunch left on my website. Joyce, I'm going to order them beautiful Oracle cards of yours right now. Awesome. Yeah. It comes with a guidebook. It's got all the definitions and stuff. There's 125 pages of pure explanation. We got the shiny purple edges. And these cards have a special texture to them that you won't find on many cards. Also, the front is also shiny. I like my shininess. So, guys, if you haven't gotten your deck yet, I recommend doing so. I do have an echo on my end, but it's not too bad. Oh no, I knew it was still there. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because of this new microphone. I don't know why. That means I'm getting double feedback. And I don't know what the other feedback is from. And it's driving me fucking crazy. I know you guys might not mind, but for new viewers, it might drive them absolutely bonkers. It's driving me bonkers. And I don't know why it's doing that. If I delete... Okay, that's this camera. If I delete this camera... I'm just curious, did that do anything differently for you guys? Or is that echo still there? No sounds. Are you sure you're not just fibbing so I hurry up and do readings? Okay, I'll keep talking. Yeah, let me know if it, Okay, it was... That's so fucking weird, dude. So, if you're like one of my OG people, you know that I typically have the main camera and then I have one over there. But since I'm kind of like in front of you with this new setup, I don't need two cameras. Woohoo! And even though I didn't have the other camera plugged in and it was technically off for whatever reason, it was picking up the other feedback, which is friggin' weird. Okay. But now the question is, what microphone? And the audio's like good quality too, other than like the echo gone. It's not like yucky sounding. It sounds better when you're closer. Hold on. So I want to see what. Yeah, let me flop it. All right. How's that sound? Does that sound better? I just switched it to my new microphone. For whatever reason, it was on the computer one. The echo is back. Motherfucker. Oof. Alright, I'll switch it to what it was. Oh, so when I lean back, the echo goes away? Fuck. Okay. Hold on. I'll put it back. Alright. How's that sound? Echo better? No more echo? Okay. Hopefully. I don't know why it'd be doing that. Okay. Sorry, guys. Woof. Always have technical difficulties. Yay, echo gone. Because I have a condenser mic. So it could be why. I'm looking at my phone because I just got a notification. Someone put an order and I was going to say thank you to whoever just did that. Ba-da. Oh, can't log in. Of course I can't. Oof. Anyway. Oh, okay, Joyce, it was you. Got it. I did get a pop-up. It said that your payment went through, so yeah, I'll pack it tonight after this live stream, and it'll be in the mail tomorrow. So depending on where you live will depend on how fast it gets there. Okay. Might take 3 to 4 days to get to you. But thank you so much for your order. And sorry about Ghost crying in the background. He is a needy one. Oh, I need this open so I can read the messages on YouTube. Derp. Alright. Cool. Alright. Sweet. Thank you again for your order. Ghost, say hi. Say hi to Ghost. Ghosty, you were just outside. What do you want? You bored? You bored? Mommy's kind of busy. Ooh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Look up. Look up. Say hi. There's his head. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. He's so boopable. You tired of me? Yeah? It's okay. I'm tired of me sometimes too. Alright, guys. Let's get the readings on the road here. Who wants a reading? I'm going to go through these quickly. So I'm not going to be spending 30 minutes per reading so we can get more people on. So I have a bunch of decks in front of me. So I decided to create a mediumship training wheels deck. That's what I'm calling it. Just because most of the stuff I tap into are usually entities. And yeah, I'll see like humans and things and I'll communicate. But I don't have the experience, the amount of experience that I would like to be good enough, if that's the right word, to do past loved ones. So I made a deck. Well, it's like a deck set. So I have a section of tools or things that have to do with their passing or how they died or parts of their body that had issues. Like there's 5 different stacks here that will help me identify, and I want to practice using these at some point. Sir, Cat Goddess, I'll put you up. What kind of reading would you like? Did you want spiritual guidance, paranormal, general. Joyce, you're on the list. Just let me know what kind of readings you guys want. And then Britta. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm struggling to see far. And then Stace. Am I missing anybody? So everyone who just said they wanted a reading, let me know what kind you like. I stopped doing the dice thing because we got to the point where too many people, it'd be too many people for dice. Cat Goddess, I'm still trying to decide too many things at once. I feel you. Alright, so Joyce. Anything you need? Anything that okay. So I'll put anything. Today is what? Today's Ghost's birthday, by the way, I believe. I'd gotten him a toy and he lost it. I don't know where it went. It like disappeared. Oh. What the heck? Alright. Alright, well, Cat Goddess, you're first, so you gotta kind of hurry up and figure out your question or your type of reading. While you're deciding, I'm gonna chug some water. This time I didn't forget. Oh my god. Alright, Stay says whatever, and Cat Goddess said whatever. Okay. No problem. Yoink. So, just let me note that. Alright. Let's see what I feel drawn to then. Alright, so Cat Goddess. I feel like every time I do a live stream, and you get a reading, I forget which ones you usually get. I feel like it's usually a general. My box is falling apart. Guys, I'm missing one of my decks. One of my past live decks. I'm sad. I don't know where it went. It got misplaced during the move. It's probably sitting on the floor somewhere. So let me just check out some of these real quick. Look at that. Oh, we got the moon in reverse. So that has to do with inner confusion. I mean, you kind of already stated that right at the beginning. You're trying to decide too many things. What else we got here? Spirit. Yoink. We've got the Seven of Wands. I don't know if you can see it with that glare. That has to do with challenges. Sometimes it could be like competition or defense. Whatever you feel aligned with. I feel like though, with the moon card, I think there's some challenge you're dealing with. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, so maybe this challenge has to do with finances or long-term success, or something that's like consistent. Am I getting anywhere in the ballpark here, Cat Goddess? And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, recovery from financial loss. And if you guys know me, I let them pop out, but if more than one pops out, I don't typically take it unless I hear a clear take it from Spirit. Otherwise, I just think it's my own shuffling error. My nose is so itchy. Oh my god. There we go. And then we have the Three of Swords. So usually with this card, there's either heartbreak, suffering, some type of pain or loss or depression. Ooh, that was multiple cards. One more, please. Cat Goddess, you here? And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So this could have to do with overindulgence, independence. So maybe with the Three of Cups, so when the Three of Cups is like upright, usually there's like a support system or a group. But in reverse, it could also mean that you don't have the support that you need. So I'm going to stop pulling from here and pull. One of the decks I was supposed to bring out is not here, but it's fine. I can just get it without the cards. It's fine, sir. Hold on. Is anything that I was saying make sense, Cat Goddess? I think in this case, I feel like you need to take time, sit down, go over your finances properly, create a budget if you haven't already. I feel like a focus of your priorities and organizing those would be in your best interest. And then, let's see. If like a job or situation is kind of taking too much energy from you and you're not getting the right equivalent exchange is kind of what I was trying to say. Like if you're spending more time and energy than what you're getting back, it's time to adjust and try to find something that does give you back those things. And I feel like because you're doing too much at one time and you're like so scattered, that means your energy is also scattered and trying to focus on too many things, which is tiring you out too quickly. So, that is what I will say there. I'm going to move on to the next person. So the next person would be Joyce. And you said anything as well? Ghosty, stop. Stop whining. I mean, I do feel sometimes unusually tired. Yeah. Me too. Okay, this card wanted to pop out. We've got the Empress. Oh my god, Empress. Ghost, you're not going out again. I might pull a spiritual guidance related card too for you towards the end, because I am drawn to do that. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this has to do with self-worth. Hustling, living beyond means, obsession with work, or false success. But I'm going to keep pulling to clarify that. Alright, we got the Chariot in reverse. That could be self-discipline, lack of direction, lack of control. Okay. Why does it feel like this is 2 cards? That's weird. Lack of direction, self-worth. Hustling. Okay. Maybe... Are you another one that's doing a lot of stuff at one time? And you're trying to... Like, I don't know if it's multiple revenue streams? Or something like that. Hello? I can't read your name because I'm blind. Knife, night. Wait, I have a phone in front of me. Derp. Knife. Knife spelled N-A-I-F. We have the Fool, so that's new beginnings and possibilities. Oh, that one wanted to pop out. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Could be disappointment, I feel. I guess it's like you're not getting the outcome that you expected to get. Oh. We do have the High Priestess. Let's see. So that has to do with trusting yourself. Usually it's someone with good intuition. Is any of this ringing a bell, Joyce? Guys, make sure you are, when I'm doing your reading, just say yes, no, does not work. Like, I don't know, something that tells me that I'm on the right track. Whoa, that card went yeet. Oh, let's see. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Car dealership, credit union, landlord need clarification what to do. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And even the 7 of Cups is kind of like showing all these different things. When are you doing the next live streaming? I have no idea. I don't plan ahead. Because I don't live by myself, I kind of have to go spur of the moment based off of everyone else's, like, plans. So, I don't know. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Overspending, but obviously not necessarily your fault. You already validated that. Whoa. I feel like, too, the last few months this year, if shit can hit the fan, it definitely is hitting the fan for, like, everybody. And I'm wondering if it is an astrological thing, but I'm not too, like, skilled in astrology, so I'm not sure. Oh. knife because it's very late in your country. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to do it towards the evening because my mom babysits my nephew, and he's 1 year old and he screams a lot, and I don't really want that in my background. Plus, Penny barking like crazy. So I try to do it in the quietest part of the day, which would be nighttime. Oh yeah, the Four of Cups. Let's see. You're trying to separate yourself from the situation. You're like trying to move forward and progress. So let's see, what can you do? Sometimes the only thing you can do is just kind of go through the day and just get through the day. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. So, okay, lack of direction. Yeah, when you have a bunch of stuff happening all at once. All right, I'm going to stop pulling from there. It makes it very hard to focus on like tasks that take priority over, the majority. So I feel like during this time it would be a good idea to work on grounding yourself, because right now with all this stuff going on, it's creating a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration, and it's taken a toll on your mental health. And if it hasn't taken a toll on your physical health, that could be coming next if you don't ground and center yourself. I think putting a plan in place would be helpful for you, of like, okay, well, all this shit's going on at one time. What needs to be the first thing that needs to be taken care of? Like, you obviously need to have your roof over your head, right? That's one of the most important things. So I would probably oh my god, I can't talk today. Make that maybe your main focus, and then, for example, your car, you need that to go to work. So that could be like priority number 2, and just kind of like stack that accordingly and just get one thing done at a time. Because if you have all this stuff in front of you and you're trying to do all this stuff at the same time, you're not going to get anything done. That's how I am with the projects. I'll start like 5 new projects, but I'll get none of them done because I'm trying to do too much at one time. I'm not getting anywhere. Yeah, the roof seems to be everyone's problem with the winds and things and the weather. The weather hasn't been nice to anybody. All right, I'm going to pull one card from this deck for you. That was a bunch of cards. Come on. If any go flying, I apologize. Nope. There we go. All right, so the conceptualist. I'm going to take the definition from the book because I don't have it memorized yet. But this one. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, the awareness that you are a vessel for ideas, to understand that those ideas are for you to hold and protect until the right person comes along for you to share them with. To relax as the vessel and know that not all ideas are yours to build upon. To use the power of your inspiration to stimulate the imagination of yourself and others. Um, yes. So that could be something to look at. I feel like meditation could be helpful in helping you ground yourself and recenter. If you're not out in nature, I would be doing that only because it's starting to get nicer outside. Well, it is nicer out, but that will really help your anxiety and maybe give you clarity on what things you need to be focusing on. All right. Yes, Roof. That's hilarious. Joyce, girl, you are so right. I've been pulling weeds, trying to ground. Feels a little better. I don't know why I'm reading from my screen when I can be reading from my phone because it's closer. 100% I do that all the time. Oh, good. Thanks. At least I got it right. Yay. Hello, Baylor. All right. So the next person would be Britta. Are you still here? Even if you meditate outside, that could help. Or taking a walk. Like if you are near any state forests, go on a little hikey hike. Walking can be seen as a form of meditation if you're one of those people that can't sit still. All right, you said anything, so I'ma just pull some general cards. Remember, if you guys are new, if you would like a reading, let me know. I'll write you down. Cat Goddess, this reminds me I need to meditate some more again. Honestly, I used to meditate twice a day. One during like the day and like the middle of the day, and then before I would go to sleep. But now I just do it before I go to sleep because I'm so friggin' busy. But if you're somebody that has an issue falling asleep, meditation right before bed can help you fall asleep faster. Joyce, you are so amazing. Thank you. Helps a lot. Finally, some direction. You're welcome. Can I be added to the list, Baylor? Yes, just tell me what kind of reading you'd like. Got you done, and now we're on Britta. So Ace of Pentacles, usually that has to do with abundance, manifestation, or opportunities. But let's see what Spirit has to say. That's why I let the cards go whoop on their own. I don't know. It feels more like divine intervention to me. There we go. We have the Six of Wands. So we either have some type of personal victory or progress. Okay. What else? What's going on here? We got the Six of Pentacles. Giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity. So someone that's pretty much a giver. Ooh. It's kind of like your actions of helping other people is gonna be paying you back. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Let's see what that has to do. Unless you're doing all this stuff and you're wondering why you aren't getting paid back. But it's interesting because we have the Page of Pentacles. That's manifestation. So you're obviously trying to manifest something. And maybe it's kind of delayed, and that's what's frustrating you. All right, Baylor, I'll read your thing in a sec. Hold on. Your question. Can you tell me what happened to... Haven't seen him at my job anymore. They still work there. Oh. When it comes to other people, there's a... Cards are flying. I can't look, or I won't look into other people's stuff without their permission. That's just how I work. I don't want to get into people's business. So you might want to rephrase your question. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. Let's see. Making amends, desire to forgive. So I guess something happened in the past that you're trying to move forward from. Whee! Which, aren't we all, though, right? We have the Empress in reverse. So that has to do with, like, creative blocks, impatience. I feel like this has to do with impatience. Are you trying to manifest something and it's not coming as fast as you would like it to? Spirit, 2 more cards, please. One at a time. No. So I was right the first time. You were doing the whole, giving and then you were receiving from that. What's getting me is the swords, Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So let me figure out this Ace of Swords in reverse then. Thank you. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so what I said about this part was right. So I'm wondering if the second row is its own little thing. Confusion. Inner clarity. I'm kind of getting stumped here. I don't often get stumped. The reverse of Empress, creative block. And then the star. So that has to do with like hope, faith, purpose, renewal, good omen. And then we have the Three of Cups. Usually that's celebration, friendship, collaboration. Creative block, yes. Okay. So then that could explain the Ace of Swords then, because of the confusion part of it. And rethinking of an idea. And I'm wondering if, let's see. Just bear with me. The wheels are turning in my brain, I swear. Creative block. Skill development. Does it have to do with the skill? And I'm wondering if the creative block has to do with so it's not a skill. Or financial opportunity. Because when I see the Page of Pentacles, typically that has to do with a financial opportunity or project. What's the matter, Ghost? You distracted me, man. Too many things going on in the background. Create a block. Hope, calm, faith, purpose. Good omen rejuvenation. No. I don't know why. You're hoping to move? That's interesting. Oh, so then does this have to do with a new job opportunity then? Stop. Go stop. He's talking. What? You're gonna make my swords fall. You're retired. Huh. So weird. But if you're feeling creatively blocked, I feel like, I mean, I can get to the reason as to why subconsciously. No, Ghost's gonna get smacked. Just kidding. I don't abuse animals, but he's pissing me off. He is pissing me off, and it's making it difficult to focus. Which is why I always did live streams with him out of the room, but I don't have a choice. I have to keep him. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the creative block can be like being somewhere you don't want to be. And it's just because of that frustration is kind of being built up. You know, it's like it can just make it difficult to want to do anything. Um but also I feel like there might be some type of past event with another person, and I don't know. I feel like it might be I wrote you said what? I'm confused. I don't even know what I was saying. Anyway, I wrote you said daughter. I don't know what I said at this point. Anyway, but I think it's past. There's a past situation that might be in your brain subconsciously, and it's also adding to that creative block for you. And with the star, I mean, this pretty much embodies like hope and faith and renewal and spirituality. I don't know why though, but when I see the star card, I don't know, I just get that feeling of I need to be in water. I need to just sit and I don't know why, but the saying a freak for the creek. Like I want to be a freak for the creek. I just want to lay in the water like this and just drift down the creek. I don't know why. That's what I see with this card. It's hilarious. I don't know. It could just be that you might want to kind of relax in a meditative way. I don't know. Do you feel drawn to water? You're always near water. Yeah. Like I just have this feeling that I need to be submerged in water at all times. I just want to be floating and drifting and just be in peace and just drift there. It could be very cleansing for you too and help remove some stress and anxiety. Um so I feel like that could be helpful for you until you can manifest the moving or relocating. Are you trying to relocate to somewhere with like water? Like a beach or like a lake or something? Somewhere you're near water? So I would, dude. The way I feel right now, I just want to just swim all day and relax. Have a little community. have my own little community of witchy friends in the woods near a big ass lake. We could just drink wine in the lake. Oh, you're right next to a lake now. Okay. I'm gonna pull from here again, over here. So you're not trying to move near water. I think you should live near water at all times. Wherever your new location is, I feel like it needs to be near water. And then you can drink your wine in a lake as you're just drifting there. Alright, let me pull one from here. There we go, that was fast. We have passion. What is your passion? Passion fuels us. Maybe no move. I mean, okay, I didn't pull anything out of the cards regarding a move. Maybe it has to do with rekindling the passion that you once had for something. And just reigniting it. So passion is gate 30. And so the challenge is to be able to sustain a dream or a vision without burning out, to know which dream to be passionate about, to not let passion overwhelm you, and to wait for the right timing to share your passion with the world. So maybe if your creative block is in painting, and guys, she wrote it in the chat, I'm not pulling that out of thin air. Maybe you need to do it near water. Maybe because for whatever reason, whether it is your sign, if you're a water sign, or there's a lot of water in your chart, you're naturally drawn to water. Maybe start painting things that you're drawn to. And see if that helps. Also, creative drawing or creative automatic painting, drawing. I used to do live streams on that all the time where I would just draw, not with a plan or anything, I would just doodle and stuff, and that will help you with your creative block as well. I'm going to move on to the next person. Stace. Hopefully you're still here. You're welcome. Hopefully I answered your questions. I felt a little off. Alright, so you said anything as well. Alright, what do I feel with you? I might just pull some from here as well. Da-da-da. Wow. We got the Hierophant, which is 5. Well, it's number 5, but Hierophant has to do with tradition, society. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, we have the Moon. Ooh. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. Alright, let's see here. Clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind. The Moon has to do with illusion, dreams, and doubt, and subconscious. 7 of Pentacles. Long-term view, hard work, perseverance. Alright. I'm going to keep going. I feel like you might be a very intuitive person as well. Whoa. What we got here, Spirit? What we got? Whoa, too many cards. OMG. I am not shuffling too well. Oh my god. Here we go. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. Usually that has to do with delays. But we have the Ace of Cups. Trying to watch something grow here. Spirit, I need more information. We got the Page of Swords. New ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge. Okay. Trying to put it all together like a puzzle. So something to do with tradition, society and its rules. New ideas, success, sharp mind. Perseverance, foresight, unexpected delays. It kind of feels like you're putting your mental energy in this thing. What is this thing? It almost feels like a relationship with the Ace of Wands here. But, or not Ace of Wands, oh my god, Ace of Cups. But Ace of Cups can also represent creativity and like a creative project. Yeah. Okay, so you said no. So it could be the project part then. I'm doing so bad today, guys. Okay, yeah. And yeah, with the Page of Swords, that's new ideas. Can you tell I'm burnt out today? That's what I get from doing the gym for an hour and a half. Nope. Come on, cards. Okay. We have the Devil in reverse, so that has to do with releasing limiting beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, detachment, freedom, restoring control. So releasing limiting beliefs. You might be putting yourself in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. Oop, Four of Cups. Meditation, contemplation. Meanwhile, Ghost is hacking in the background. Are you blocked as well, Stace? Are you feeling a little blocky-blockied? It just shows some delayage, but not anything crazy. I mean, I feel like... Yeah, okay. I think what happens is, well, at least in your situation, you put yourself in a box. And because of this, you're not seeing, like, everything outside of the box. And here with the Four of Cups, one of the first things on this card is meditation. But right now, it's like those self-limiting beliefs are preventing you from doing that. So I think you need to delete that box you've got going on. And because with the Hierophant, that has to do with traditions and things and rules. I think we need to forget about the rules and tradition. Just like pretend those don't exist for a second. And do what you feel drawn to doing. And if you don't know what that is, I think that's where meditation would be helpful. With the Judgment card in reverse, that is self-doubt. And you are your worst inner critic. And we have the Star in reverse. That can be discouragement and issues with self-trust and disconnection. And then we have the, what is this? Four of Swords. There's some burnout here. This card, if it's upright, it's literally a person laying down. But it came this way. So I feel like you need to take a break. If you're already taking a break, you need... This sounds really stupid. But you need to take a break from your break. And try something different. So that's where meditation would come in. Because meditation in of itself is almost like a break. However, you're also working, so it's not necessarily a break. I know, it sounds fucking dumb, the way I just said it. I'm sorry. The Queen of Pentacles. So, that's someone that's practical. That would be the you in this reading. I feel like you're a very hard worker. And you try to play by the rules, but the rules and tradition are what put the box around you, unfortunately. You gotta pretend that those things don't exist. A break from your break. Yeah, doesn't that sound stupid? I'm the master at saying stupid ass shit. I'm gonna pull from the other deck that I've been pulling from. Quantum Human Design. I really like this deck. Everyone should have it. And I am not associated with them in any way. Alright. Oh. I'm keeping these two. Spirit told me to. Oh, my back needs to crack. Alright, we have Gate 51, that's initiation, and then Gate 35, which is experience. So, I'm going to start with Gate 35, because I don't need the book for that. Experience. Sometimes you just need to get out there and start doing shit. And that in of itself will give you the inspiration that you need, and can also get rid of some of those blocks for you. I don't even know what I was just saying. I got distracted. Yeah. So, getting your hands dirty, doing the thing, it helps. It'll help with that creative block. And then Gate 51, which is initiation, that's pretty much saying get out of your head and start doing the thing, which makes sense with the experience card, because it's like you need to start the thing, and then with experience is actually following through and doing the thing. So maybe if planning is an issue for you when you start projects, fuck the planning. Who needs to plan all the time? Just wing that shit. Do some automatic drawing things to get you going, or take a hike out in nature, or go swimming or something. Like, do something instead of just sitting there like, what do I do? Which makes sense as to why I wanted to say take a break from your break and do things. So go outside, touch a tree. I don't know. Do a suntan. I don't know. Don't get sunburned, because that's bad and that shit hurts. Do something. Get out of your head, because I feel like you're in your head too much. I do need to get out more. That's what I need. There you go. Just gotta do it. Alright. Baylor, you still there? I don't even remember what you said. I have to scroll up. Baylor, I can't. Hey, Flexina. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. I struggled. Makes me want to private the live stream. I'm tired. I'm tired, can you tell? Have a good day, Stace. I hope that answered your question. Flexina, do you want a reading? Because I feel like you do. Da-da-da-da-da. I bet. I know you. Baylord never answered. Todd, what up? What kind of reading do you want, Flexina? And then, Todd, what kind of reading do you want? Hola, Tajos. Just whatever. Okay. Flexina, I feel like you might need some spiritual guidance. What up, D? Alright. So, Flexina. I'm gonna snag one of the decks I forgot to grab. They're all behind me. I want to snag this one, and this one, and this one, and where the heck is it? Namdeke. I have so many decks, guys. Erg. This one's annoying. I'm moving it. I'm gonna snag this one. Alright, I grabbed 4 more. Oh my god, I'm so itchy. Anyone else having their allergies kick their ass? Because I'm suffering. Alright. Ouch. Yeah, all the decks are on deck. I haven't used this one in a while. There's gotta be like 40 cards in this one. This one doesn't have very many. Is there a deck for all different things, or is it different versions of the same? It depends. So, like, Oracle cards, all of them are different. Okay? They might do similar things. Like, it'll go based off of themes, whereas tarot, for the most part, is the same structure. You'll have your, is it 78 cards with similar meanings and things. So it all depends. Alright, so we're doing Flexina right now because Baylor never came back. He said bye. If I do a reading for you and I put you on the list, make sure you stay. Because one of the most frustrating things is I'll get to a person and then they dip. Okay, that was too many. OMG. I don't like cards that are bigger than my hands. But that's a me problem because I have baby hands. Kays, welcome. Yes, you can. I'll write you down. Just let me know what kind you would like. Oh, Kakadish, you don't get allergies? I'm jealous, dude. My life would be so much better. Okay, I was like, are you coming out? Evan Noor? Make peace with your past. Oh. Flexina, there's some inner work we've got to do. Spirit told me to keep these two. Translucence, love the darkness. Merit, I don't even know. Embrace oneness with the universe. Okay. Sir. Kays, you want to know if you have a negative attachment? Alright. Paranormal for you. Alright. What was I saying? Okay. So, making peace with your past. Love the darkness. So, I feel like there's some shadow work that needs to be taken care of for you, Flexina. And when it comes to negative feelings and feeling them, as spiritual beings living a human experience, part of the reason why we reincarnate in the first place is to feel these feelings, because the way in which we feel things, like, on the other side is significantly different than how we feel them right now in a human body. They're more intense. And sometimes people get shy or they're afraid of experiencing the more negative emotions. And so they kind of like stuff them down or push them away. But the problem is when you do that, you absorb them into your body. And that can cause mental health issues, physical health issues. And it can create a loop of, like, for example, you'll get these waves of feeling like shit mentally. And you'll be like, why do I feel depressed all of a sudden? Because it feels like it came out of nowhere. But sometimes it's these past things that we never took care of, or negative emotions that we just bottled up or shoved away. So, what happens is they'll kind of rear their ugly head when you least expect it. And when that happens, it's just best that you feel those emotions and observe those emotions. It's okay to feel those things and then let them go. Just let them out to the universe. And this is where, like, embracing oneness with the universe comes in, because it's like, let the universe absorb that stuff. Let the outside, let nature take it from you. And then your body's not holding on to it. Which means then, not only are you able to process it, but then you're not holding on to it and feeling yucky. And yeah, so I think it would be very helpful for you to do that. Does that make sense, Flexina? So figuring out what the situation is might take some deep reflection and maybe some meditation or therapy, whatever suits you. Doesn't matter if you use a therapist or you meditate on it, whatever fits you best. Hey, Linda. D, what did you say earlier? That's a good question. Oh, was that to somebody else? Okay, might be a bit difficult to figure out exactly what is holding me up. Makes sense though. Hey, 305 Paranormal. It's all good. You didn't get to see me struggle. So, let's see. Jennifer, welcome. Todd, did you say what kind of reading you wanted? Let's see. Todd, I need to know what kind of reading you want. Did anyone else want a reading too? I just finished Flexina. I'm supposed to do Todd next, but I need to know what kind of reading he wants. Okay, sure, 305, I'll put you on. Just let me know what kind of reading you want. How much are they? Jennifer, I'm not charging. I'm just doing them, winging them out. Okay, anything for Todd? D said yes, I'll put her down. And then Jennifer. Yep. For those who wanted one, just let me know what type of reading you want. General for Linda. The attachment for D, so that would be paranormal. Whatever spirit wants to tell me is good. Alright. So we'll do a spiritual one for you. 305. And then Jennifer, love. Okay. And then Jace. Put in general. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Okay. So, Todd said anything. I think this deck might be good for him as well, actually. Alright. Wow. That one yeeted. Number 12, which is Hex, says, be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to pull Ghost Quit. Come on. There we go. This one is Resilience. And one more. Whoa. Common no whammies? What does that mean? OMG. Spirit, one more, please. Before my arms fall off. Double whammies. Oh, that's what you mean. My brain's not braining. Come on. I went to the gym today, so my arms are extra tired. Oh my god. You get to see me shuffle and struggle. Especially with these bigger decks that are bigger than my hands. Look at this. Like, I don't know. They're as big as my hand, and I'm struggling. Uno más, uno más, uno más. Por favor. Okay. You didn't see that. How's the gym working out for me? I mean, it's helping my back inflammation. So there is that. Yay! But I'm struggling because of the scar tissue that I have from my surgeries. There we go. It's making it really difficult, especially in the weightlifting area, because I want to build up my strength. All right. So we're on Todd, and so we have Hex, Resilience, and then Orenda. So Hex, I'm wondering, maybe you might suspect that you have someone in your life that might not have your best interest. Maybe they might want to try to sabotage you, or they just think ill of you, whether that's in the workplace or somewhere else you frequent. It kind of gives, because it says, be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. It's kind of like, especially if you're dealing with somebody in a friend group or a coworker group, someone that talks a lot of shit, someone that feels like they're putting a lot of negative energy on you with their thoughts and what they say to other people. And the energy could be sabotaging you, but at the same time, what they're doing, I wouldn't respond or react to it, because what they're doing, they're going to hang themselves. They're going to fuck up and get caught. And I think with Hex, it's more metaphorical than actually putting a hex on you. I mean, yeah, when people talk shit or talk negative or just have negative thoughts towards a person, that can be turned into a curse if they are if they have a lot of psychic energy. But in this situation, it just feels like the typical um daily, like, someone's either jealous or whatever, talks a lot of shit, is just unhappy with themselves and is projecting it onto you, whether you're aware of them or not. And it's just going to eventually, like I said, they're going to hang themselves. They're going to get themselves into trouble. Then with resilience, that kind of goes with the kind of like being patient, don't react to what's going on, especially if you're aware of the situation, because they're gonna fuck up and get themselves into trouble. And then honor your mystical and creative force with the Orenda card. So it's just putting faith in yourself and knowing that you have the protection that you need to not be affected by this person. You are bang on, coworker friend talking shit on me. Oof. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody in the workplace being a dickhead. Sorry guys, I am unfiltered. I just say shit as it comes out. But like I said, they're gonna fuck up. They're gonna get caught. All you can do is do your best and worry about the work that you're putting out or what you're doing. I wouldn't worry so much about them, because like I said, they're gonna hang themselves. Hey, Audacity. Jennifer, how long have you known you've had the gift? I would say since 2018, 2017, 2018. Flexina, by the way, Ems, I lost my dog like a week ago. Sucks so badly. I asked my guy to help her over to source. Are they allowed to do that? I don't know if universal rules, so just wondering. Yeah. Animals are different. Usually yeah, you can have your spirit guides and things help them cross over, but typically animals are so like intuitive. They just do it automatically. Like, they're not going to get lost. They will They'll just transition. And a lot of times animals don't even realize that they're necessarily no longer alive. It's just kind of a new phase for them. Awesome. So we're going to move on to K's. So you wanted a paranormal one. Subscribed and first time listen, bang on, you have no idea. Great job. Awesome. Well, thank you for putting your trust in me. If you were here earlier, yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle, but too many distractions, I swear. With ghosts in the background, crying, being a butthead, not being in my normal area. Alright. Sir, K's, you still here? Oh, thank you for the gift, Todd. Alright, so you said paranormal. Now, guys, I'm going to use my paranormal deck, which you can get on my website. It is linked in the description box below. So if you don't have your own, you can get your own, but this will help with anything paranormal or spiritual related. I'm going to use the draft deck, though, because I like using my official copy for display and showing people. So I don't want to ruin it. So I'm just going to use my draft one. And it's easier to shuffle too. And I just cleansed all these cards, so. Oh, one card already popped up. And it's the Lying in Wait card. I'm going to keep shuffling though because Linda, can you change yours to paranormal? Yes, I can change it to paranormal. I'll put P for you. Okay. Divination. K's, did you do any type of divination practices as of, well, lately, or do you think that could have caused the issue? A lot of times people partake in divination, whether it is with a pendulum, with cards, with a Ouija board, whatever, any type of spirit communication, and they accidentally open up doors and they don't know how to properly close them. Sometimes we get, like, if you move to a location, that stuff was done in the house, not necessarily by you, but by previous owner. Apps included. Yes, thank you, Audacity. Shadows popped out. Sorry for the glare, but so that could symbolize that you might be seeing shadows out of the corner of your eyes, or you feel something behind you. No, but I have used a Ouija board and a demonology tarot book years ago. Well, regardless of when, you still used it. So that answers the question as to yes, you did. When it comes to demon tarot, you got to be careful. Do the images and the artwork look cool as fuck? Absolutely. I will never negate that. Like, if it's the demon tarot deck that I'm thinking of, and they made the angel one too, like, it's the same author, I want to buy that deck, not to use it, but just to collect it, because I like the artwork on it. But, depending on how you use it, could accidentally bring things in. But we also have physical illness, and I have 2 tattoos of a devil name, and its sigil on me. Yeah, that doesn't help your case either. So with physical illness, this can cover, like, psychic attacks, or dizziness, or, like, feeling ill. I don't know if you've got that going on, but it could also be a warning to that in the future if we don't address this. Oh, hello. Keep, and keep. Okay. So, no boundaries. That card popped out. And then we also have influence. 305. Same, Emily. I never bought that though because felt I shouldn't. I don't know. It was weird to me, but I really wanted the angel one. Yeah, I bought the angel one. I feel drained a lot. Yeah. So I'm gonna say yes, you do have an attachment, but the question is, what type of attachment is it? People think that just because you use Ouija boards, you're automatically gonna get a demon. That's not necessarily true. Can you get a demon? Yes. But I would say that's not the case every single time. Most of the time, you're gonna get a negative earthbound spirit because they're more common. They're in the vicinity. Like, you could pretty much say no matter where you go, doesn't matter, is haunted. Um, of course, not everyone's house is haunted, but I'm just saying, like, if you walk outside, and especially if the outside has history, wherever you are, chances are you have spirits hanging around. Or if you're in a bigger city, with millions of people, people die every single day. Naturally, you're gonna have a few that don't cross over, and so you're gonna have some lingering and waiting to have their chance. So when you use a Ouija board, you're ultimately creating that signal saying, "Hey, I'm over here," kind of like a moth in a lamp. Um, and so you're drawing anything within close proximity by or to you. And so, yeah. With the influence card, though, typically that tells me it's something more negative. You can have earthbound spirits capable of influencing and possessing a person. I know people will fight me on that, but depending on how um demonized or negative or low in vibration they are, they can. And I will fight anyone who says they can't. Um I want to ask which demon it is. I know some people might not feel comfortable with it in the chat, but as long as you even if you read it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have that demon pop into your life. Okay, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I can read it in the chat. So those seeing it in the chat, you're fine. It's not going to bother you. Okay. Um what I get worried about is because you put the sigil on your body, that's like giving the spirit or entity direct access to your energy. And that's where, again, the no boundaries will come in. Because you essentially gave them permission to your energy by doing that. So in your case, tattoo removal, isn't something that everyone can get or wants to get. You don't necessarily have to get a tattoo removal, but I would say denouncing the entity or spirit or demonic entity that you have on your body is a good start. And just reclaiming your, I would say, spiritual and energetical, oh my god, energetic, like, autonomy is a good place. And just saying, hey, this entity does not have permission to me or my energy or my being, because you need to give, like, your spirit guides and things permission to help you, like, detach from that attachment. So I would say the biggest thing right now is closing the doors. And I feel like the biggest door right now is the one that you have, or ones you have on your body, that link you directly to that entity. Are you still living in that house where you did the Ouija board? That is my question. Because if you are, we need to shut some of those portals. Yes? Okay. Do you still have that Ouija board? Because you need to seal that up too. Yeah, I don't really mess around with Ouija boards. What's frustrating is, so we know Ouija boards and spirit boards, they're almost one and the same. One was created from the other, and one was what do you call it? Copyrighted or trademarked as Ouija. And so it has a negative connotation to it, which then kind of created its own thought form, and that negative energy is being directed onto that product, which adds to why it attracts a lot of negative things, regardless of if you use it properly. No, I threw away both the cards and the Ouija board. Okay, so you don't have them anymore. So what you need to do is to work on closing those portals in your house with a cleansing. For you, you'd probably have to do that once a week for a bit. Do a cleansing once a week. Seal up those portals. If you don't know how to do a proper home cleansing, I have videos on my channel where I actually walk you through it. So I would go and watch that. And then, yeah, and then making sure you denounce it, like I said at the beginning, and go from there. See how that works. See if like feeling drained and stuff lessens over time. It should. If that doesn't work, I would try getting some holy oil and sealing up the sigils that are your tattoos. I would just, you just need a wee bit, do a little pokey poke with the oil, and then just be like, I'm sealing this, visualize it being sealed, and not allowing that energy to be siphoned from you. That's like putting a block to it. Because you have multiple issues at one time. The divination, and then the tattoos. Can you just throw the board and cards away? I mean, you can, but it depends on some things. I would have sealed them up first before, but what's done is done. There's no point in dwelling on that. So, I mean, as long as it's no longer in his space, it's fine. I would just seal it up because I wouldn't want anyone else to have to deal with it. And then I would personally just bury it again to keep it from that energy coming out, and so the ground can absorb it. But that's just me. I mean, other people have different methods of disposing of things. So, K's, I would start there. All right. 305. Did you say anything? What up, Mimosa Muse? I'm scrolling back into the comments to make sure I didn't miss anything. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. D, I used a board bought 30 years ago, nothing else, but have had to move and feel had spirits there. Wonder if any followed. Oh, okay. And that was D. Alright. You're welcome. Hellcat, what up? Alright. Hellcat, did you want a reading too? Was that you saying you wanted one? Alright, 305 is next. Okay. Oh, I feel like I need a good crack in the back. I hate that feeling because it's like you want to crack it so bad, but it just won't crack. Crack me like one of your glue sticks. I put whatever spirit wants to tell me. Okay. Let me see. I might pull from multiple decks here. I'm kind of like into this deck here. Like, I don't know. I've been feeling it a lot. Come on. Come on out. Rock Pool. I wish they would take my decks and publish them. So I didn't have to pay out of pocket. Anyway. Talking about sticks. Have you seen the movie Obsession? Dude, I love that movie. That movie was so good. I had to stop using my dowsing rods because I kept getting slapped in the face and they kept beating me up, not kidding. Yeah, dowsing rods are a form of divination. Whoa! We have Orenda again. Honor your mystical creative force. Am I talking to... Is it Jen or Mondo? I feel like it's Jen, right? Oh my god, do I have your name right? I'm sorry, my memory's terrible. Jen, okay. That was a lot of cards. I feel like, too, with the Renda card, you're kind of already doing that. You are honoring your mystical creative force, your intuitive side. Yes. Whoa. I'm gonna take the one that's in my hand. Panacea? Probably said that wrong. There is a solution for every problem. The question is, what is the problem? What are we talking about? So in the picture of this card, it's like, looks like a rope. And then the 1 foot has like a snake around it. And they're dangling above the ground. Have you been able to ground yourself recently? Or meditate? Because I'm wondering if something's keeping you from grounding yourself. Or maybe you've just been busy or distracted. Yeah, I do, but bit busy. Yeah, I feel like... Whoa. That hurt. That, like, almost gave me a paper cut. I feel like there's some energy that needs to be released. More energy that you're not getting all out. I told myself I would make time for that, actually. Okay. And then we have detox. There it is. Cleanse and restore yourself. Yeah, I feel like you're not detoxing as much as you really need to. And cleansing your body. Even if you're right now focused on like regular life with like a 9 to 5, you still gotta cleanse yourself and detox every so often because you're still absorbing negative energy from other people. What else? Anything else? Whoa. Congrats on your new show. It's awesome. My new show. What is my new show? My brain's not braining. Oh, like Astral Paranormal? Or my collab with Hugh? Yes, any suggestions you have for that? Alright, hold on. Put one more and then I'll... I feel like you're very, like, you have to be doing something at all times. And maybe, like, that could be where the busyness is coming in, too. Because... But I also feel like with this detox picture, this kind of reminds me of a spiritual bath, in a way. Like, taking a nice soak in an herbal bath, I feel like could really help you. I forget what part of, I don't want to say your state unless it's a secret, like, because I don't know if, like, that's a secret or anything, but where you live, I don't know if you're near the ocean or anything, but if you are, I feel like taking a dip in the ocean would also help that. Oh my gosh, I can't get these cards to pop out. But I'm really drawn to, like, salt water and just water in general. True, I'm definitely due for a bath, really. I did them more before. I'm in Florida, and I do plan on actually going now in the summer. Was my intent, actually. Okay, so that's like your intuition saying, hey, you need to go take a dippy dip in the ocean. Let some of the negative energies flow in there. OMG. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. Phenomenon. Phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. This card kind of reminds me of the, okay, so we know you do paranormal investigation, but for this card, it kind of reminds me of the little, exercise to enhance your clair, audience. And that has to do with a type of meditation where you sit there and you just focus on all of the sounds around you. And it's kind of like putting a name to what's causing each sound. And as the longer or more you do this, you're going to start noticing more sounds than you had before. And that's where you might start hearing spirit talking to you, or a spirit talking to you. Anything that's around, really. So I would try that as a fun little exercise if you're open to it. So, yeah, definitely try that. Just, like, do a meditation and focus on all the sounds. And, see what happens. I think you'll be surprised. So, I'm gonna conclude that one. Yes, I'm working on that. Yay! Alright, D, you said you wanted paranormal, correct? Yay! My hair clip is not clipping. It's a knife, too. I had to get it when I saw it. I like sharp things. Is there plastic on this? No. Okay. Alright, so we're doing D next. Which, again, I'll use my deck for. So you said you used a Ouija board 30 years ago. And just so you know, not every single time that you use a Ouija board, you will get an attachment or haunting. It's just that a lot of the time you can. Sometimes you get lucky and nothing bad happens. Which, obviously I don't want anything bad to happen to people. That would fucking suck. Ghost, you're gassy. You're stinky. You are. See his butt and his tail? You're so stinky. I can smell you from across the room. I can't let you out right now. You have to wait. Because I think Penny's outside. Okay? You can handle it, Mr. McGee. The back of his head. Ghost is a narcissist. If you give him compliments on the street, he will stop what he's doing and he will sit down or lay down and just look at you like, please, tell me more. Alright, we have PK manifestation. So, D, maybe you're noticing things in your house? Like sounds or movement or something. Yes, but for the last 10 years, I live on a property that belongs to Indians, and we had spirits there wondering if they followed. Gotcha. Okay. Are you noticing any sounds in your house or movement or anything? That, thing I was telling 305 to just do a meditation where you listen, maybe you need to do that as well. We do have influence, so there could be some type of situation. Flow state. I love that. I didn't know that was even an option, but I like it. That's cool. There we go. We have the bad behavior card. That can be directed to you, anyone around you that you're close to, people that lived in that area that you lived in, like doing things that they shouldn't do. It can also, if you live in an area with a lot of crime, it can also mean that as well. Depends. Mind you, we moved to apartment building. Oh, apartment buildings. Now, I'm not judging based off the type of living situation. I'm judging based off of the energy situation, and when it comes to apartments, hotels, and places where there's a lot of people, and even hospitals, they drive me fucking cocoa bananas. Yoink. Not to mention, you can't control the things that your neighbors are doing on their side. So if they're doing stupid shit like drugs and whatnot, the things that they're creating on their end by projecting their energy, whether that is from doing drugs or bad behaviors or whatever, if you're very energy sensitive, it can come onto your side because it's going to be attracted to you more than most people. And then you get, oh, look how I caught that. Anyway, I'm going to put this. So the possession card popped out. Don't worry, this doesn't have to do with you. What's interesting is... yeah. due to the nature and where you live, I feel like there's bad behavior going on around you. I don't think it's you. I think it's just like the neighbors, like in that building. And some of them are doing drugs. And some of that could be influenced by the spirits and entities. I'm putting these together here. The bad behavior and the influence and possession. Like, some of the people that have, what's the word? They have things that are obstructing their mind because they're under the influence, right? So it makes it easier for things to influence them and possess them and things like that. I would just be more, and I'm not trying to make you afraid. I'm not trying to, you know, I try not to what's the word? Fearmonger or whatever. I'm not worried about you being possessed. I'm worried about the neighbors. Like certain neighbors. I think there's only one that I would be really worried about. Not sure which one, but it feels like there's one specific person in that apartment building that, and you might notice, like, if you're out and about and you notice like strange behavior, like you can tell that that person's like clearly high or whatever. Obviously, be mindful of your surroundings, be street smart, because sometimes when they're under the influence, they can't really control or have that mentality to know what they're doing, and it could be bad. I get nervous when it comes to other people that are very easily manipulated because of what they're doing. I feel like you are empathic, and that could draw in a lot of negative energy towards you, but also narcissists. You might find a pattern with narcissists in your life. You just draw them in, and there's a reason why empaths do that. I've explained it a bajillion times. If you need me to explain it again, let me know. Let's see. The witch card did pop out. This can indicate that you are witch or you partake in specific practices that might align with like witchcraft or paganism or things along those lines. It can also state that maybe where you live, maybe one of the people in the apartment building, they're doing some type of witchcraft stuff. Or people in the past, because you said it's Native American land, like some type of shamanism, rituals and things. I kind of somewhat classify it all under that card. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here. If you want to know if your house is haunted or your home is haunted, the whole building's haunted, but I wouldn't be too worried about it because, like I said, no matter where you go, it's haunted. It's just, you got to work on those boundaries. Everyone has to work on their boundaries. I got to work on my boundaries. So I would just say, make sure you keep up those boundaries in your space and only allow what you want inside. And you could just do your cleansings every so often. Since you're empathic, you might want to do it more often than the average Joe. Alright, we do have mirror. Are you noticing any issues around a mirror? Or if you've had any thoughts about a mirror being a problem? I believe my sister and my daughter are... Nothing that scares me yet. Okay. Yeah. I got a tickle in my throat, man. If you recently got a secondhand mirror, or I don't know, sometimes it doesn't even have to be second time or second, oh my god, second time, Jesus Christ, second hand. If that mirror's been with you, you're like your entire life, for example. I don't even know. My brain is so fucked. It's so weird. Like, I'm saying these words, and the weird part is, I have no recollection of what I just said. So, that is so weird. I feel like I'm being psychically attacked right now. What the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. As I was saying, even if you had a mirror that you've had for your entire life, it's seen some shit. And so it can collect that energy over time. You don't. Yeah, but wait, you said door open to it all the time in bathroom. Does your bathroom have a mirror though? Because even if you didn't get it secondhand, right? I mean, if the mirror card is popping out or something going on with the mirror, um and since it's an apartment building, other people's live there. So you have no idea what that mirror's seen unless it's your personal mirror, but uh I would maybe seal that. It's weird that it's your bathroom cuz typically bathrooms do have mirrors. But yeah, let me know, D, if you have a mirror in that bathroom. My back just started to really hurt. Ugh. Just waiting for confirmation from D. Yes, and we have a stand in there that has a mirror on the back. It was given to us. It's in the back. It was given to you, so that's kind of like secondhand. Are they facing each other though? Because you can create a vortex that way if you have mirrors facing each other, which you don't want. But yeah, I would cleanse those mirrors. Whether you use my incense or you have Palo Santo, you burn it on the mirror, you can use holy oil. I personally would seal it with the holy oil, both of them. I don't know why I'm still shuffling these cards. I'm not pulling again from this deck, but... Okay, so they're not facing each other. That's good. So yeah, I would still seal them both, because I don't know which mirror it is. And see if that helps, especially because of the location in which you're at. I feel like the things that you've got going on in your area are human. They're earthbound spirits. Ghost, please. Stop it. And see what happens, but as far as attachments, oh my god. I wouldn't be surprised if you did, just because my back just started to hurt out of nowhere, like just working on your reading. But Spirit wants me to focus on your boundaries in your home first and sealing up those mirrors. Jeez Louise. And for the attachment part, always work on like traumas and things, work on like your shadow work, healing past issues. That's always a good like head start when it comes to any attachment, because the reason in which they're attached and they're like stuck on you is because of that stuff, and they're using that to feed off of and to stay attached. All right. I'm going to move on to the next person. Jennifer, you said love. Thank you, Cat Goddess. Hey, Autumn. Alright. Jennifer, you still here? Did you still want a love reading? Oh my god. Got the tickle in my throat. I got my back. The heck? Yours is hurting too? Could be clairsentience at its finest. Alright. Let's see. Jennifer, you said love. Alright. I do have some love decks that I rarely use because I rarely do love readings. But you know what? I'll do it for shits and giggles, right? Married, separated, but don't want to be separated. Oh, I feel you. No, we'll do it. I gotta practice, you know. This keeps me, like, you know, good. I gotta practice. It's like a muscle. I got these cards, so I might as well use them, right? So let's see what we've got here. So this deck is Clarifying Love Situations. So let's see what pops out. Oh, there's one. Inner Compass. It says, trust your instincts to lead you in the right direction. Okay. These also have reversals too, but it landed normally. Alright, this one says, reciprocal lines, navigate boundaries with grace, mastering the art of give and take in harmony. So the question is this. Why, and you don't have to say this out loud or in the chat, this is just for you, but ask yourself, when you guys were together, was it an equal type of give and take relationship, or was one person doing more of the work? Because I feel like someone was putting in more effort than the other. So I was very sick. So was it that... So yeah, she was doing most work. Okay. And let me tell you, I know what you've been through because, as you guys know, especially those that are OG, you know that I have a rap sheet of health issues. And it did take a toll on the marriage. And sometimes, you know, even though when you get married, it's like for better or for worse, sickness and in health, you're supposed to be there. Some people, unfortunately, can't handle it. So now the controlling part popped out. Power struggles lead to being manipulative. Maybe there were some red flags that were going on, and because you were very sick, you might have overlooked them. Trust me, I did it myself. I had a thyroid issue and autoimmune at play. I looked like bipolar till this year. And that's really scary with thyroid issues. Because unless you're living it, people might not understand. And they might not know what it feels like. And so it's just easier for them to be like, oh, well, you're this and that, or you're lazy, you're taking advantage, or whatever, when that's not the case. She doesn't understand. She thinks, yeah, so she think you chose it. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. So the controlling part could be her saying, hey, well, maybe if you did this, this, and this, um, there wouldn't be an issue. But the problem is that's not how autoimmune diseases work, unfortunately. Yes, you can work out and eat well, but a lot of the stuff is genetic, and sometimes people just have a shitty hand dealt to them, and there's not much you can do. And it sucks that that person doesn't understand that. The reason I'm the weight that I am is because of my health issues. I wasn't always like this. I played travel ball. I was very fit. And then the health issues just made it worse and worse to where you can't like physically exist or move, and then, the weight comes on and that just adds more issues. But people only see what they can, or they only understand what they can see on the outside. So I'm just throwing this as an example, right? If they see you gaining a lot of weight, they could just be like, oh, well, you're lazy. And if you didn't gain all that weight, well, then maybe you wouldn't be in the position you're in, when they don't understand that the weight gain is a symptom of the issue. And when it comes to thyroid, weight gain, it can definitely be a symptom. Then we have taming anger. Don't roar in arguments. Respect can heal wounds. And I forgot to talk about the council's compass. Seek advice to steer judgment as insightful talks illuminate your journey. So, counsel. So, for me, that would be like therapy. Maybe find a professional, like therapist, that you can talk to and explain the situation, and maybe they can help you navigate, to help better navigate through your symptoms. Sorry, my nose is so itchy and it's running. All right. Oh yes, I had mental issue balance. I have memory issues now. Oh, I wonder if I was picking that up from you. So yeah, with the council's compass, finding some type of support that can help you through this. Maybe even like a marriage counselor, cuz maybe you need another person to explain it to the your significant other, because hearing it from you, they might see it as someone making um up excuses, whereas if they hear it from a medical professional, maybe it might feel more legit. Not saying that you're making shit up. I'm just saying, based off of their perspective, that might be how they're feeling. They might need that to understand. And sometimes medical professionals have a better way of explaining things, especially when it comes to how some of these symptoms appear in people. A lot of them will use the spoons analogy. I'm sure you know what that is. So somebody that can help you with that. And then the taming the anger card. So you might be frustrated and angry and want to yell, and maybe even the other person might be as well, because they don't grasp the situation to its entirety. So they might see it as you making excuses, and then you're getting frustrated because they don't understand what's going on. And so it's kind of bringing anger up in both parties. I would say if you're getting to the point where you're arguing, like, and there's yelling and stuff, you need to take a break. I am hoping so. I've asked her to come with me. Yeah. I lost 3 family members right before I got sick. Dude, I'm so sorry. That's fucking rough. So let's see. In terms of the separation thing, if this person isn't willing to work with you, you already know your answer of what's gonna happen. They've already made a decision, unfortunately, and I think you know it. And I'm sorry it's gotten to that point. Hopefully that answered your question. But I'm going to conclude that. I'm going to go on to Linda. Hellcat, my ex-husband couldn't walk the walk. He knew exactly what the reality of my situation was. He added other factors to his own deviant nature. She doesn't want me to leave. Oh, she doesn't want you to leave? Yeah, that makes no sense. Then she needs to go to the therapy with you. It's as simple as that. Go to the therapy. Go to the marriage counseling. Anyway, Linda, you said paranormal. So paranormal it shall be. And you are welcome, Jennifer. Mimic. Ooh. It's weird. Are you hearing, so when I think of mimic, yeah, you could be seeing things that look like somebody you know, or hearing their voice. We also have burial grounds. Jennifer, she wants me to fix my issues, but some of them are complicated because they are caused by the issues. Yeah, because they're symptoms. Yes, you're hearing voices, Linda? Alright, cool. Are you near a burial ground? Whether that is Native American, or a cemetery, or a graveyard, or battleground. I have a theory about mimics. No, you don't live near one? It could be that they came from one. Oh, mirror popped out again. That's odd. And we have heart chakra. Let's see if we can clarify this mimic, because I want to know, is it A, residual energy, just putting out energy that, like let's say for example, if there's somebody that is constantly yelling in a house, right? And they've been doing it for 20 years, whatever reason. Well, that energy can stay behind and you can have residual energy. And every now and then you can hear that, like, yelling. And it could be, type of residual energy. Then you have the type of fractal, which is another type of residual energy, but it's more of a person that's no longer living. And, it's like maybe they did something over and over again, and so that thing is just repeating. And then you have like the entity or spirit that is very smart and is not residual, and it is copying voices because it wants to be fucking creepy, and it could be a form of oppression. All right. Collector. That's interesting. So in this situation, it doesn't feel like with the collector card that there's an actual entity collecting souls or anything. But what's weird is when I do see collectors, it is at a burial ground. But it could just be the nature of either a space or an object. With mirror popping out, I'm wondering, it's copying voices. Is there any mirror in your house that you're feeling weird energy vibes from? You might not. I mean, if you're not super intuitive, you might not know. or any activity that happens around a mirror. Hallucinations you occupy. Sleep paralysis popped out too. Alright, Spirit, what else we got going on here? What the fuck? What in the... You like the random shit that comes out of my mouth, Debbie? Actually, last weekend, I went to the Indian ceremony. Oh, you went to an Indian ceremony. Was that near a burial ground, like a Native American burial ground, though? Was that on Native land? The mirror could just be used as a tool. That's why it popped out. Could just be hiding in there. Yoink. We have negative energy. Yeah. I wonder if this is more poltergeisty then. Because with the negative energy, it's trying to like form. I'm not sure about the land, but it's possible. Okay. I suspect that the land might have, some burial, Native American remains and things. But what's interesting with the mimic, and we have collector and hallucinations, sleep paralysis. Do you get any sleep paralysis or weird dreams or just like anything like that? Cuz what I am seeing right now, it's not even like a full-blown like spirit. It looks like a thought form from collected energy, which could be the collector card, that's formed over time. And it's taking the energy from those that live in your house, whether that's you and whomever else. And that's why you're hearing like the sounds. It's like repeating sounds. You don't sleep very well? Okay. I mean, a lot of people have dreams and don't remember any of it. Which is crazy to me because I remember pretty much every single dream. But with this negative energy card too, it's like there's a lot of energy in the space that's being collected and it's not being properly cleansed and dispersed out or transmuted. And it's just collecting into this thing. Which is very easily, like, we can take care of this easy. You just gotta cleanse your space regularly. Make sure when you do it, you open your windows, because obviously you don't want to inhale smoke. And doors, whatever door you use the most, because you want that energy to be able to leave. And make sure you go through every single room in your house, closets included. Basement, if you have a basement. Attic, only if it's like one you can walk in and not like a crawl space. Like if it's has stairs to it, and not like a crawl space. I hear you, ghost. And I would cleanse that out and see if that helps. Though what makes me nervous with the mirror, they could just be using it to hang around, or that mirror just attracts a lot of energy. I would cleanse the mirrors in your house like as well when you're doing this. And all you have to do is you can use holy oil, holy water, or your incense. When you do your rounds on your house, make sure you outline your windows and your doors along with your mirrors. And have that intention of, however you want to phrase it in your mind, but just be like, nothing evil or negative is allowed in my space. Nothing can use, my windows or doors or mirrors to enter my space. They do not have permission. Whatever you want to say, to enhance that intention, and go from there and see if that helps. I would do it bi-weekly for you. If you notice activity getting worse, or you're noticing like sleep paralysis or something like crazy like that after you do that, if you don't have holy water or holy oil, I would get some, but put it on your third eye and see if that helps you. The other thing that's helped me significantly, and I wear this every single day, whether it's on a ring or a necklace, is I wear the Seal of Solomon. It is by far the strongest thing I've ever used. People use crosses. This is my thing. Seal of Solomon it's one of the strongest things to protect you. Ever since I've started wearing that, I don't get psychic attacks when I sleep or astral project. So I would try that if, you're having other issues. And anyone who's listening, if you're doing a lot of stuff and nothing's working, try the Seal of Solomon. You might be surprised. And I have one mirror upstairs in the bathroom and one mirror downstairs in the bathroom. That's it. Yep, just seal them when you go through with your incense. Copal and frankincense is what I would use. So I would do that. All right, Ghost, hold on. And then I'm going to conclude that one and move on to Jace, if you're still here. Shuffle these again. Jace, I was touched by something. I thought it was a bug, but my boyfriend was seeing something behind me. Would like to know what it is. Oh. Okay. Let me just get Ghost situated real quick. Because I think he's got to go dookie. But okay, let me focus on Jace. I'm not going to use cards for you. I'm just going to see if I can tap in real quick. Once I get Ghost out, I can focus better. Alright, Ghost can go outside. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, yeah, crackhead. Go run him up. Maybe not kill any rabbits again, because that was terrible. Okay, let me focus here. My back, my neck. Alright, let me see, Jace. I block my eyes because it helps me see clairvoyantly. Hey, that rhymed. Were you watching something at the time when that happened? Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. I just want to see if I'm tapping in the right person. Hmm. No, just on couch talking. Huh. I will pull from the deck. I just want to see. Wow, one card already popped out. Multiple entities. What's weird is, I don't know why I see you watching like TV or something. Like you're facing a TV or I don't know. How they be popping out, man. Alright. So we have multiple entities. Nefarium, entity, familiar, and attention seeker. So what I was seeing a glimpse of a very pale white face surrounded by shadows, and it was very creepy looking. It looked like it was trying to be a person when it has no idea how to be a person. So this tells me this is non-human. And it's trying to get your attention. By the way, non-human doesn't necessarily mean demon. There's a lot of non-human things that are not demons. Ew, what the fuck? I'm trying to... What is that? It almost looks like a thought form. In my deck, the Nefarium entity is something that's classified as like the worst of the worst. However, I don't think that's what we're dealing with. I think it wants you to think that, but I don't think that's what it is. It's got a creepy grin. It almost looks like a third grader trying to draw like a person, and then it comes out really freaking creepy and scary because they don't know how to draw. Something you would see in a movie like, look, mommy, look what I drew. I drew you and daddy. And then there's like this weird fucking figure behind them. That's what it reminds me of. Familiar popped out. So familiars are typically spirits or entities that work with other negative entities that could be demonic. That's interesting. And with multiple entities, you could have multiple. I do feel like something is trying to get your attention. Do you have like do you notice lights flickering in your house or like electronics going weird or haywire? Ooh. My boyfriend was very scared. Yeah, I bet. Probably like, what the fuck? The addiction card popped out. You don't have to tell me your business or personal business, especially because, you know, it's in the chat and people don't need to know about that, but if there's somebody that suffers from addiction within your air, like your space, that could draw those things in and create attachments and things. Sacral chakra, yeah, that could be the attachment point. So we have a no for the addiction. Is that was no for the addiction or the electronics and lights part? And I'm sure my video and chat are like not super synced. I'm sure that it's probably like 30 seconds behind. No to both. Okay. Interesting. Well, so attention seeker, it can get your attention in other ways. So by touching you, obviously that was one way. I was just asking because I'm curious to know, like, if it's trying to get your attention in other ways. And maybe it has, you just haven't noticed. Maybe he's noticed and you haven't noticed. The addiction card could also deal with maybe traumas of addiction. So if you grew up with any like family members or relatives, or maybe it's a cycle within your family that needs to be broken. Or it could just be someone in the area with a really bad addiction, and kind of like the apartment situation where if you're near somebody with a bad addiction and they have attachments and you're very energy sensitive, it could be an issue. Ooh, snake entity. So snake entity is a type of familiar. It can be. Do you ever feel anything in bed with you? Like, or like you're laying in bed by yourself and you feel like the weight shift on your bed. He doesn't believe in things like that. Does he now after he saw that thing? Just curious. Oh my god, my eyes. Ugh. Just got really hungry. Oof. He's not sure. Okay. I mean, some people, sometimes it's so scary that they don't want to acknowledge that it's real. But, let's see. But it did scare him. Okay. Do either of you ever feel like you're being constricted? I will say though, when it comes to snake entities, I typically see them more with females than I do with male. Not saying that it can't happen with males, it absolutely can, but I typically see them more with female, like, people. And interestingly enough, I've watched, so you said no. What's interesting is, so I've watched a lot of like deliverances done at like Christian churches and stuff, like on video, not like in person. And when they say like this Jezebel's spirit, a lot of times when they say that, I'm actually seeing a snake entity. But I don't know why or what the correlation is like between like the Jezebel thing and then seeing a snake entity. Could just be them misidentifying it, which happens a lot. But I feel like when it comes to attachments, I see the snake one a lot. Especially if you feel like your life is out of your control. What is a snake? A snake. It's an entity that looks like a snake, but it can like wrap around you and constrict you. It can cause bad luck things in your life. It can cause illness. It can cause mental health stuff. It can absolutely drain you. And I also see a lot of snake entities when it comes to those with addiction. That's why I'm kind of like shocked that there isn't any type of addiction going on here, or maybe even in the past. but it can also be potentially from like family lineage. Maybe there was a cycle of addiction in one's bloodline. But so I see that thought form thing. I see something slithering on the ground, but I can't tell if it is a snake or not. But with the snake card popping out, it very well could be. I feel like you're not going to notice the snake though. Like if you're going to notice something, it's going to be either Earthbound Spirit or the thought form. And the thought form is the thing that I'm pretty sure your boyfriend saw. Which I don't like it. It's creeping me out, not gonna lie. The only addiction is getting mocks from McDonald's. McDonald's is addicting, yo, okay? Don't even get me started. Food can be an addiction, dude. It can even be something so simple as like video games, like gaming too much. Anything that kind of gets in the way of like normal life things like your work, personal life, affects your mental health, stuff like that. It can be something so like something that could be perceived as minuscule. Vaping is another one. Whether you vape weed or nicotine or whatever. Some people don't see vaping as an addiction when it is. With the sacral chakra, I feel like that's where like will it come back? Probably. If it's trying to get your attention, it's most likely going to try to come back. It's like true food can certainly be an addiction, even simple as chocolate or iced coffee. You know what my addiction is right now? Those Wawa smoothies, the raspberry ones. They're so addicting. I get them almost every day. And oh my god, Chick-fil-A is another addiction. Whew. So Jace, I feel like if it becomes an issue, I highly recommend booking a session with me in private. So I can do an official like channeling session because we need to figure out why it's there, how it got there, what's keeping it there. A lot of times what keeps it there is unresolved trauma, um things that it's feeding off of, like unresolved issues. Joyce, I was literally at McDonald's 3 times today getting coffee pop and those damn delicious drinks, the orange cream, the blackberry refresher. 2 of those. I'm disgusting, dude. I ain't judging. If I had the money, I'd be at Chick-fil-A every single day. I kid you not. My 12-piece nuggets and my fries. That's what I just live off of. But yeah, yeah, Jace, if it becomes a big problem, um I would highly recommend scheduling a paranormal help session with me because I then can figure out more information because I typically don't like to use cards, but since we're doing a live stream, I use them to engage with you guys because they're pretty to look at. But yeah, I think there's some stuff going on that may need to be taken care of. Um, if your mental health is okay, actually, let me rephrase that. I think there's some past traumas that need to be worked out, and it might be in your best interest to try some like therapy things. Like, I'm not saying that you're crazy by any means. I'm just trying to help heal your mind, which unresolved issues are an anchor for these things. And so when you resolve those issues or heal those issues, then there's nothing really for it to grab on. So when you heal those things, it then makes it easier to kick those things out. But, if that's not something you want to do, even though I highly recommend it, you could start cleansing your space. You could do that with frankincense and copal, and again, go through all your rooms and stuff. I have videos, so it would be very helpful for you guys. And don't ever hesitate to reach out to me on like Instagram. You can DM me there. And I think now YouTube opened up messages. So I think you can message me on here too. I just don't know how to do it yet. Joyce, I'm in therapy now. So needed. Yeah. And a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't need therapy. Sometimes there are unprocessed things that you might not even be aware of that are issues. Ugh. That just need, addressed. So I mean, I'll never say no to therapy. Like, I'll never talk shit about it. And then again, the sacral chakra, because that did pop out. That could be like the chakra anchoring point of where these things are attached. Okay, he did see it, because sometimes I don't believe him. Huh. So maybe he's been seeing it more than you think, and he's not telling you because you don't believe him. Do you guys live together? No. Is he seeing it in your house or his house? His house? Then he needs to contact me, dude. So, there are probably some things that I ask, like, in some of the questions I asked, that you might not be aware of. Especially the addiction side of things. And I felt the touch, but he saw it. Okay. Well, if it's happening in his house, he's got to do all those things. He's got to do the cleansings and all that stuff. I'm going to move on to Hellcat. And I wouldn't be surprised if your boyfriend has any type of, like, whether it's shamanism, paganism, witchcraft, anything in his lineage. Hellcat, you still here? What kind of reading did you want? Jennifer, did you delete all your messages? What the heck? Paranormal? Okay. Oh, okay. So let me put these away. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And guys, again, if you're new, don't forget to hit the like button, or subscribe if you feel drawn to it. Hype up. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you can hype up live streams. Probably not. And if you haven't gotten yourself a copy of the Spiritual Defenses, the Haunted Oracle deck, now would be the time. I started working on the next deck, and I can't do anything. Like, once I finish it, I can't really do anything until I sell out my stock of the ones I have still. Ooh, this card wanted to come out. Divination. Oh, Hellcat, you were the one who mentioned the dowsing rods, right? And getting slapped in the face? Well, divination popped out for you. Ain't that fun? Personally, I hate dowsing rods. That's just me, though. I get so frustrated with them. It's all fun and games until you get slapped in the face by a ghost. And we've got energetic imprint. Interesting. I thought I just saw something move out of the corner of my eye. Where's Ghosty? Okay, he's still over outside. We have invitation, which would be the divination. Whoa. We have negative non-human entity. And we have negative energy. Yeah. Anything else? Watcher. I'm gonna stick that over here. Oof. Some changes have occurred the past year, you could say. Okay. Kitty! That's cute, a DJ kitty cat. So, I mean, I think you already know this because we've spoken before. These negative things, or negative thing for you anyway, and this can be applied to anyone, they will wait until you're at your most vulnerable. For you, Hellcat, it's your physical health, and you know this. Tulpa, there we go. That's the type of non-human we've got going on. Two, 4, 6, 7. All right, I'm gonna stop here. All right, so Tulpa is a type of thought form. Tulpas are usually created intentionally. Not saying that you created it. It was created by somebody or a bunch of people. I thought you were mentioning something about Native American stuff. Was that you? I'm scrolling back up. We're on Turtle Island here in North America. Okay, so you're on Native American land, which is perfect. Yeah, definitely going to be getting tulpas or thought forms when you're on Native American land, because a lot of times during their ceremonies, or if they were going to, war or fight or whatever, they would try to conjure something to help them win their battles. And then when the battles would be done, well, where does the thought form go? It just goes wherever it wants. And it'll go around, and it'll, with the purpose in which it was created, right? So that will be what it tries to do. But eventually, it runs out of that because, right now, we're not really fighting too much. We're not fighting wars within our country. And so it needs another source of energy to feed off of. So it's going to go anywhere and everywhere it can do that. So, Hellcat, you're a prime target because you are energy sensitive and you were playing with the dowsing rods. And that just created a beacon for it to become attracted. And that was the form of invitation. So, yeah, I mean, and if you're not cleansing your space routinely, which I know you are limited because of your health situation, you can only do so much. But over time, that energy does kind of stack. And so when it doesn't get cleansed routinely, it can be an attractor for things of similar vibration. Curious, so much healthier physically, huge improvement since last August. I'm on famous Civil War grounds in Richmond, Texas. Which is interesting because with the energetic imprint card, it's hard to see from here, especially with the glare. But when I created this card, I had put soldiers in the background, and then I put like fog over it, so it might be hard to see, but it's kind of hilarious that you say war grounds, Civil War grounds. But yeah, I mean, in Texas, oh my God, there's a lot of Native American lands there, and with the Civil Wars and things, there was a lot of fighting between, um, you know, with the settlers and then the natives. Yeah, a lot of shit going on. And I think naturally the land you sit on is it holds a lot of energy. Cobwebs looking at me now. LMAO. Oh. So, yeah, at this point, because the tulpa comes from the land and not anything you did, the best thing you can do is take a break from the divination tools. So maybe take a break from the dowsing rods, and if you're using pendulums or anything else, and also cleanse your space and put up metaphysical barriers. Shoving those back in. But anyway, we've been here for almost 3 hours, guys. So I think I'm gonna conclude this, actually. Does anybody have any last minute general questions? Not like for a reading, but like any questions about paranormal stuff, like how things work or whatever, anything along those lines. I can answer those real quick before I go. I have to pee. And if you're an OG, you would know all my frequent bathroom breaks because of my bladder issue. I'm not interacting at all lately, too exhausted. Good. You need that break. You need to relax. You need to recuperate your strength. So, anyways, any questions, guys? Before I leave it off here? And I'm hungry. I want some nummies. Nummy goodness. Maybe next live stream I'll play with the deck, like my mediumship deck that I made for shits and giggles. I'm just burnt out, y'all. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, asking questions, let me do readings on you. It was a fun time. I'm gonna let this catch up. Yay. I'll keep this live stream up. That way, like, if you need to go back for your readings, you can. And re-listen. hopefully next week I can come out with a video. For members, I'll have another video up shortly. It's going to be a part 2 of the tea. So stay tuned for that. And that will be members only. It won't come out to everyone else. But guys, again, thank you so much for watching. And hope to see you all soon. Peace out here. Bye.